Ok, hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Hola a todos, ojalá que todos se vayan bien. Bienvenidos a nuestro month review / monthly chat / whatever. En junio, estoy súper emocionada para estar aquí con ustedes. Y sí, pues bueno, antes que empezamos, tengo una sorpresa para ustedes. Tengo un special guest aquí conmigo. Entonces, dame un segundo, voy a poner el video. Bueno, ok. Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Entonces, aquí tenemos...
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Estoy súper feliz de ser su special guest el día de hoy. Transición, por favor no peleen mi peinado, disculpen esto, vengo de trabajar, pero estoy súper feliz y ya quiero como empezar con ustedes. Aline y yo tenemos cosas preparadas para ustedes, entonces...
Gracias, Fernanda. Sí, estamos aquí haciendo transición.
Yes.
Pues bueno, sí, ella es fabulosa y probablemente como en nuestro próximo monthly chat, ella va a estar como juntos conmigo todo el tiempo, sí.
Exacto.
Porque va a empezar como en 2 semanas, ¿sí?
Media.
Ay, qué bueno.
El jueves ya soy libre, amigos, pero más o menos, ¿eh? No tanto.
Bueno, ok, so make sure to ask her lots of questions and gracias, Brenda, para estar aquí. Ok. Todavía ella tiene otro trabajo, entonces ella tiene otras cosas para hacer, so I'm going to take over para ahora. Entonces, let me go back to the PPT. Ahí puedes ver un chingo de things. So, como siempre, puedes ver que como si quieres mirar este video una vez más, aquí es el bit.ly para ver el video cuando quieres. Y también, si tienes dudas en como cualquier momento de este webinar, puedes escribir en nuestro grupo de Facebook, ¿sí? Entonces hay un como publicación en esta publicación puedes comentar lo que quieres, ¿sí? Voy a checar como después de como cada 15 minutos más o menos para tener tiempo para preguntas y siempre al fin vamos a tener preguntas también. Bueno, ok, super cool, vamos a empezar. Bueno, y como siempre también, make sure you take notes and ask relevant questions, right? So, si hay algo que puedes encontrar en el Resource Hub o Education Hub, o algo que era en un otro webinar, algo, no tienes que preguntarlo, pero es como algo que no puedes encontrar la respuesta antes, puedes preguntarlo, ¿sí? Y también escribe, porque hay muchas como cosas importantes en este webinar que quieres remember, como por siempre. Bueno, entonces, también antes que empezamos con todo como el contenido de hoy, vamos a jugar un poquito jueguito. Entonces, como el mes pasado, tengo 3 preguntas para ustedes, ¿sí? Y si sabes cómo la respuesta, puedes como enviarme en WhatsApp, mi número está allá, las respuestas. Bueno, entonces, primera pregunta es, what is the most amount of exchanges an LC in Mexico has ever done in OGT? What is the most amount of exchanges an LC in Mexico has ever done in OGE? And the third one is, how many exchanges does the top OGE LC in the world currently do? Bueno, entonces voy a dar como 2 minutos para ustedes para responder. Y sí, espero para sus respuestas en mi WhatsApp. Ojalá que tengo muchos. Si no sabes, está bien, puedes como yes. Bueno, estoy esperando. Y también una disculpa del MC House porque siempre hay ruidos tan ridículos. Entonces, si hay otras personas o whatever in the background, como está bien. ¿Alguien sabe o alguien que tiene como un guess? ¿Sí? ¿No? ¿Es posible? 1 minuto más, amigos. Bueno, ok, creo que no hay algunas respuestas. Esto está bien, si ustedes no saben. Entonces, vamos a ver qué son las respuestas correctas. Bueno, entonces, para la primera pregunta, what was the most amount of OGT como exchanges, como en realizaciones, an LC has ever done? La respuesta es 34 realizaciones en un año, ¿sí? Un año de LC. Y eso hizo León el año pasado, y el León, llegamos el León. Y también Itan did it in 2012. So I dos LCs that I've broken the record. So no one's done more than 34 quite yet. So, and maybe this year we can break the record. Bueno. También para oGE en México, the LC that's done the most ever has been Anan 10, which Itam did last year in 2016. So last year in 2016 was a cool year because they broke the record, or met the record for GT, and they broke the record for GE. En esas realizaciones. Y creo que super pronto hay algunos LCs que van a break the record en GE en este verano, como Sam y Puebla, pero vamos a verlo. Entonces, también the top oGE LC in the world right now is actually in India. And so far for this peak, they've done 29 approvals. See, so no LC has done more than 29 oGE approvals since February 1st, which is wow. Es como un chingo de approvals, pero también no es como tan lejos de ustedes. Sí, entonces para ser como top 1 del mundo para oGE todavía es como súper posible. Entonces es un como hecho interesante. Entonces, bueno, ojalá que aprendiste algo y como that you're enjoying these kind of things. Bueno, y también, ok, vamos a ver como la agenda de hoy es súper simple, amigos. Creo que no vamos a tener más que como 45 minutos o 1 hora. Primero vamos a hacer un review de mayo, ¿sí? Y después vamos a ver como, ok, un poco qué pedo con junio, que vamos con speed. Y también después vamos a tener un espacio para preguntas, ¿sí? Porque yo sé que en este momento ustedes probablemente tienen muchas preguntas, ¿sí? So, yeah. Y como siempre tenemos una sorpresa al fin, entonces tenemos una sorpresa super cool para GT, una oportunidad super chido at the end, so make sure you stay and listen all the way to the end so you can find out. Bueno, ok, entonces, vamos a ver primero qué pedo con mayo. ¿Sí? So what happened? Are we good? Are we bad? Whatever. Y como siempre también tengo un GIF que como describe mis sentimientos sobre el mes de mayo. Y porque me encanta Zac Efron, porque sí me encanta mucho, voy a usar ese GIF. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. En serio, amigos. En realidad, mayo no era como el mejor mes para Isaac en México, para oGE. Pero está bien, I'm not mad, porque yo sé que hay cosas, pero it could have been better, and I was really expecting a lot more from all of us. Pero sí, pues bueno, vamos a ver. And to really figure out, I mean, to make, I guess to understand why I feel disappointed, why I want you guys to understand why I feel disappointed, we have to go back to like what we talked about in May in our network chat, right? So recuerdas como casi un mes, we talked about a lot of things, gave a lot of strategies, lots of ideas, all these kind of things. Pero no sé si ustedes recuerdan que, like, what did we talk about? Like, what the fuck? I'm probably, most of you are like, oh, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just a webinar I watched, or maybe I watched it, or didn't watch it, or whatever. Pero vamos a como revisar un poquito what we talked about during our last chat. So remember that we watched this video of Star Wars and Yoda, and Luke not believing in the Force, and Yoda trying to teach him a lesson about believing and doing, and do or do not, there is no try. And if you don't believe, you will fail. And that was basically the whole message of the video. That was also the whole message for the month of May, right? You have to just make these things happen, make this shit happen. And if you don't even believe in yourself or that it could happen, you will fail. It's simple. También, we talked about kind of overall what happened in Q1, right? It was good. We had a lot of things, but we're not great, right? That we were on our way. We grew a lot. We had a lot of good results, lots of LCs growing and things. Pero, to be relevant, to really achieve the kind of ambition we want to, we have to consistently be that good. We have to consistently be impacting. That means that the next queue, this queue that we're in, have to be better than the first queue was at all. And we have to show consistent impact every single month that we have. Right? We talked about how May was super important because it needed to have 40% of the approvals of the whole 20, because this quarter has to have 40% of all our approvals, and a third of those approvals needed to come in May. So we had our goal of 25 approvals for OGT and 100 OGE approvals to give a final big push for this peak. And for realizations, because empezamos un poquito, we had a meta of 18 realizations for OGT and 40 realizations for OGE because of the pipeline that we had. And we talked about how the challenge was, how do you actually, every single LC, make 10 approvals happen in este mes, right? Either an OGE or OGT, whichever one you were focusing on. How do I do it, right? And we talked about how, oh my God, it seems like it's super hard, but really it's not super hard, and it actually can be kind of fun if you're doing it in the right way. Right? So these are the kind of things we all talked about, and we had all these ambitions, and everyone was super excited. We were going to do over 100 approvals in un mes y todo, y todo, todo. And the strategies we had was, one, direction on the last push for attraction, what you need to do for cooperations, how to improve your processing time and your lag time, and then again, what the things you need to look forward to and look forward for value delivery. See? These were the cosas that we talked about. Right? And I gave you this 8-step things of just literally what the 8 things you need to do to make sure it happens. And that only 3 out of 8 of the steps actually had something to do with the actual plan. None of them had numbers or measures. It was really focusing on, how you were working as a team and how you were acting as a person, as a member of oGE, OGT to make this ambition happen. Oh yeah, I remember now. Oh, see, that was such good advice. Or, oh, maybe, no, I didn't like it. Whatever it was, right? Maybe you're now remembering a little bit of qué pedo, qué pasó. And to be honest, that was the answer, right? That we needed to start all of this by being the pirates, like the ideal pirate is supposed to, being entrepreneurs, fighting for what we're leaving, being determined to meet our goal no matter what, having this disruptive mindset that we want to have, being adventure seekers, always, looking for new things, new ideas, and through that being solution oriented, right? Always not making excuses, but finding solutions to all the problems that we have. Of course, we also have our pirate principles, right? Which is exactly the kind of decisions and behaviors we can have that allows us to behave this kind of way and implement this kind of impact that we're trying to have. Always do questioning, always be learning everything, always see this as your first day in ISEC, as your last day in ISEC, ask for forgiveness, not for permission, pero not with cosas de legalidad. Eso siempre pedir por permisión, pero con otras cosas, no, ask for forgiveness. Y otro, always welcome failure, because by failure, you can learn the most, yeah? So, amigos, this is what we talked about. To be honest, I'm disappointed because I think you might see in the last of this that this didn't really necessarily happen that much. I didn't see us behaving like the pirates we wanted to be, we needed to be. I didn't see us, acting like disruptive, determined. I didn't see us fighting for what we believed in. I didn't see anyone really doing this or going the extra mile. I didn't see anybody doing 10 approvals in the month, right? So we're going to go through a little bit of really, como numerically, qué pedo, qué pasó, and we can see then again how we can maybe improve ourselves for the month of junio, right? So again, vamos a ver el scoreboard, aka hora de no mames, bla, 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 súper bien. Vamos a ver primero GT, ¿sí? Entonces puedes ver aquí todos los como números que son importantes. Puedes ver primero que no llegamos a ningún meta de OGT. En serio, en meses pasados hemos tenido como goal achievement en por lo menos 1 o 2 o 3 measures de GT. Pero, este mes, no. The most we did was the realizations. We got 12 out of 18 realizations, which was gross, so it wasn't bad, pero no era como la meta, ¿sí? You can see in approvals, we only did 16 out of the 25 we needed, and we actually decreased from last year. So we did less approvals in May of 2017 in OGT than they did in 2016. We only achieved like half of our goal for applicants, which means we don't necessarily have the pipeline to do what we need to do in the next months. And we barely achieved our open goal, which we've been seeing all year. But, you can see with conversion that it's not necessarily a bad thing if we don't meet the open goal as long as we meet the applicant goal. But we're not even meeting the applicant goal, which is really, really concerning. So, también puedes ver en este lado como los datos de lag time, processing time, y también de conversion rate, ¿sí? Para conversion rate from open to applicant, no tenemos el número este mes porque recuerden que había un como error con the website, con the Expo update, entonces no tenemos como data para ver exactamente cuál era la conversión. Entonces, pero creo que no, nada como pasó tan fuerte para cambiarlo, es como lo mismo que el mes pasado, ¿sí? También puedes ver, from applicant to accepted, we actually decreased in terms of time. So it takes us longer now for people to go from applicant to accepted by like at least like 6 or 7 days, como una semana más. So we're actually being slower in our processes, not faster. And in terms of conversión, we increased by un porcentaje. It was like 3% and now it's like 4.5%. So buen trabajo, es como pasito por pasito, porque yo sé que eso es como una cosa súper, súper difícil para mejorar. Entonces, es malo todavía, tenemos que trabajar más para mejorarlo, pero no es como la cosa más peor de la vida, porque from accepted to approved en como días, amigos, es como un mes de una EP after they are accepted to pagar, firmar el contrato, como tener todo lo que necesitan en papeles antes que puedan como pedir el approve, ¿sí? Y eso puede pasar en 2 días. Pero todavía es como 30 días, que es como más que una semana más que el mes pasado. So I don't know qué está pasando con ustedes o con como Isaac en México con eso, pero eso necesita como hacer más rápido, right? We talked about how being faster is a really key way to just being able to manage the volumen de como personas que tenemos y we're getting slower. Y también puedes ver en the applicant to accepted, our conversion rate also, it bajado un poquito, right? It went down. It was like at like 60 or 70%, and now it's only at 48%, which is super, super concerning, especially since we're not even achieving the applicant or the open goal. ¿Sí? So, en nada como más cambió con approvals and realizations. Esto está bien, amigos. Entonces, como buen trabajo con a little bit better with the conversion rate from applicant to accepted, pero tenemos que trabajar más rápido y también tenemos que mejorar como el conversion rate todavía para con el mes que sigue porque estamos como bajando un chingo, ¿sí? Y para GE puedes ver que no hemos llegado a ningún meta tampoco. Y vamos a explicar un poquito qué pedo. Con realizations teníamos como 25 out of 40 realizations, que no es como tan malo. It's like it's 62.5% of the goal, que era como the highest goal achievement we've had for GT, right? For GE yet, which is super, super, super cool to see. Y también puedes ver que crecimos like 525% en realizations from last year. So, wow, eso es como súper, súper bueno. Entonces, buen trabajo a los LCs que están como haciendo un buen trabajo con Fruitpeak ahora con eso. So, we didn't necessarily get to where we need, but we're on our way. So, I put okay, vaya. Podemos ver que nada es como, it's not super bad. If we improve a little bit, cosas pueden como cambiar, ¿sí? También en approvals, no llegamos, we only got 38 out of the 100, que es como un poco concerning, right? Because we're supposed to have this super big, crazy, incredible fruit peak for this year, pero ahora como no sigue. So, I don't know exactly what happened with this, pero podemos ver en como nuestros LCs, how we can still do like one last push for a fruit peak of approvals, okay? También puedes ver en aplicantes que no tenemos como suficiente y tampoco para opens, pero siempre ha sido for the whole semester. So, esto no es un sorpresa, nada cambió, ¿sí? Y también puedes ver aquí en este lado que no tenemos como conversion rate para GE este mes por como la misma razón. También en applicants to accepted puedes ver que subimos un poquito from applicant to accepted, so it's like como un día y medio más largo que antes. So that's a little bit concerning, pero nada más cambió, entonces no estoy como súper preocupada sobre eso. También crecimos como conversion rate por como 1% también. Entonces, está chido, amigos, como seguimos, pero hay muchas cosas que podemos mejorar todavía, pero no es como peor que el mes pasado, que está bien. También puedes ver en accepted to approved que como sí, we decreased by 3 days. It was only 7 days again for people just to pay the fee, to sign the contract, do como cositas para tener el approval, to do the LDA, all these things. And ahora es 10 días. So it takes someone longer to do those como cositas administrativas that it does for them to actually get accepted to an opportunity, which is super, super concerning. Y también puedes ver que, pero también crecimos in the conversion rate from accepted to approved. So more people that are being accepted got approved this much, que es como super, 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 super bueno. Entonces, buen trabajo, amigos. Eso es como un super buen conversion rate para accepted to approved ahora en G. Entonces, estamos mejorando un poquito en este aspecto. Entonces, esto es GE, era como un mes un poco más como lento en GE y súper, súper lento en GT. Pero sí, esta cosa es que pasó. También puedes ver como en las Américas, que recuerdas que como we were dominating the Americas el mes pasado, pero ahora en oGE solo tenemos 3 LCs y nada era top 1. Sí, so we're like super, super far away from the top now this month. USA had the most, so como felicidades a USA por 5 approvals de oGE este mes, y también tenemos Guadalajara en León con 4 approvals, so felicidades amigos porque estás en como los top LCs de Américas en oGE. Y también puedes ver en OGT que por como el segundo mes no tenemos ningún LC en Américas que está como top en OGT. Exacto. So, eso es como super, super, super concerning. Y también podemos ver como nuestra ambición. Sí, como qué pedo con eso. Puedes ver que todavía en como grow the most, right? We're trying to grow more than any other commission that I see in Mexico. Que todavía estamos creciendo como más que todas las otras comisiones en approvals, por como menos, ¿sí? Pero también puedes ver que since the last time we looked at this, all of the commissions are growing more than they were, right? Que está super cool. También puedes ver en como realizations que todavía estamos en el segundo lugar por como 50, como 50% more. Yeah. Que, I mean, our peak hasn't really arrived yet, and there's still a lot more work to do. And if we continue to grow in approvals, probably we can continue to grow in realizations, que está super, 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 super chido. ¿Sí? También puedes ver eso en top 3, right? So our other ambition is to be como top 3 en el mundo en los 2 programas. Y no, como nada cambió en los espacios de OGT. Todavía estamos en como el 6º lugar. Estamos como súper cerca a Rusia y un poco más atrás de Canadá, pero no es como tanto. Estamos 50 approvals away from top 3. Entonces no es como súper, súper, súper difícil, pero todavía hay como muchas cosas que tenemos que hacer. Puedes ver en oGE que éramos en el segundo lugar por como 2 o 3 meses, pero ahora hemos bajado al 4º lugar. Y eso es como super concerning, porque ahora puedes ver en approvals que Brasil y Tunisia están como, they're above us, right? They're ahead of us by un approval aquí, pero eso es de May 31st. Si añadís, if you add like, como primer semana en junio, puedes ver que ahora Tunisia tiene 113 approvals and Brazil has 108. Entonces, estamos todavía like way farther away from Brazil and everything that we were. So we're only 13 approvals still away from being top 3, que no es como, 13 approvals. Estamos haciendo como más que 30, más que 40 cada mes. Entonces, no es imposible at all. Pero, como puedes ver que Brazil and Tunisia are hitting their peak later than us, and so we're in danger of not finishing as top 3 for the peak, que es como super concerning. Y también puedes ver en como nuestra ambición de United in our why to see where, the contribution en el país is coming from. You can see that nada más ha cambiado en los tiers en GE, es como pretty much the same. Pero puedes ver ahora como Norte está even more smaller than it was last month en GE. Sur está un poco más grande, Centro un poco más bajito, pero Bajío un poco más grande también. Entonces, still you can look at like 75% of the entire results are coming from Sur and from Centro. So just 2 regions out of 4. Puedes ver en GT que como también los tiers están como, yep, pretty much the same. Like it seems like it, it's kind of projected to be from the oGE model. Y también puedes ver that in approvals for OGT, that actually like Centro is doing still like half of it. Sword is doing, you know, again, like with Centro and Sword, it's like so much more, yeah. And in terms of total, again, nothing really much has changed. We still have a pretty unequal balance. So things change a little bit. Norte is doing un poquito más. So yay, Norte, for going up a little bit in approvals. Super congratulations. Pero todavía hay como muchísimas cosas que podemos hacer. ¿Sí? Entonces, ok, voy a hacer un poco paz para preguntas antes que seguimos con eso, porque tenemos aquí un comentario de Daniela Sánchez Lozano. Muchísimos números, son demasiado bien challenge que es pasado. Bueno, posible crear algún otro, porque eso realmente... Sí, es un buen pregunta. Yo sé que como el challenge de finanzas para como get rid of the MC budget fee in your LC was super amazing. Ahora es que no tenemos el budget como MC para tener otro challenge del MC, ¿sí? Pero what I would suggest and empower you guys to do is ver, okay, how can my LC be motivated? What can we do as a whole LC to help boost the results of this and how to challenge our members to do more? Por ejemplo, yo sé que Mérida está haciendo un challenge entre los miembros para el Fruit Peak, ¿sí? To see how the members can perform more. And como la misma como manera, so they can work together, they can work separately, there's different kind of rewards and things. So puedes como hablar con todos en tus LC para ver cómo crear un challenge para tu LC. Como trabajar con otros como LCs también. Additionally, the like money rewards we can give to oGE, OGT anymore, sadly. But there's still way a lot of things you guys can do yourselves to help keep this motivation and pushing. And if you need me to help or challenge or send a video or, you know, give suggestions or whatever it is, you can always let me know, and I'm totally willing to work with you to make this happen. Okay, Daniela? So if you have any more doubts or about that or whatever, please let me know. It's a really good comment, so thank you for sharing. Bueno, ok, entonces, hay más preguntas, voy a esperar un ratito. No sé. Voy a checar en WhatsApp si alguien escribió en WhatsApp. Creo que no. Bueno, ok, entonces vamos a seguir con los LC rankings en mayo. Puedes ver como aquí vamos a ver oGE, OGT, and then we're going to see oGE, and then we'll see some other things, okay? So you can see in terms of approvals for OGT, we had a lot of LCs have approvals this month, so that's cool to see that hay más LCs que están haciendo cosas en OGT, pero todavía como sabes, no es como que tenemos. Pero felicidades a Monterrey, Puebla y Tampico, que each of them had 2 approvals this month in GT. Okay, es como súper bajo para ser top 1, pero puedes ver que como Monterrey y Tampico, especially because they have not been on the board up top at all, and they've been doing a really good job this month to make things happen. So shout out to that. And for Puebla, por siempre está siendo, continuing as one of the top players and not ever letting operations stop. So super shout out to them. And you can see Celaya, Cuernavaca, Laguna, Mérida, Santa Fe, Veracruz y Zacatecas, una expansión, qué chido. Están aquí con un approval también. So, super felicidades a ustedes. También puedes ver que en Realizations, felicidades también a ITES de Monterrey. Realizations this month en GT, que está super cool. Y también Celaya, el nuevo LC, tiene 2 Realizations, que es como top 2, que wow, super chido, felicidades. Y Puebla también sigue en el top 3, so felicidades a Puebla. Bueno, ok, eso es para OGT, puedes ver dónde estás. Y también para oGE, como the month of May, you can see that USA was the top LC in oGE. So, felicidades a USA con 5 approvals. Wow, qué chido, en serio. Felicidades a todo como el equipo de USA, porque they've done more in this month than like they have ever done in the whole freaking year of 2016. So, super felicidades. También a Guadalajara finalmente está creciendo ahora en oGE, entonces super good trabajo a Guadalajara. Yo sé que ustedes están trabajando un chingo. Siempre León está haciendo un trabajo increíble con oGE, entonces sigue en el top 3. So, super felicidades. Y también a Guanajuato, Mérida, Puebla, UNAM, para tener 3 approvals este mes. UP con 2, y Celaya y Cuernavaca, y Pene y TAM, y de Santa Fe, y de Santa Toluca, Querétaro y Tabasco con 1. Y también super felicidades a Tabasco y Toluca, porque es como su primer approval este año. Entonces, es super chido que finalmente ustedes tienen. So, Good job, amigos, con eso. Y también con realizations, porque hemos empezado el peak para realizations para GE. Puedes ver SIM como el top 1 con 5. Felicidades, Sims. Qué chido. Están como siguiendo sus EPs de approval realization. So, super cool. Y UNAM con 4 y León con 3. So, super, super good job. You puedes ver como dónde estás tú así ahora. Y también puedes ver como en todo el term tenemos como un pocos de cambios ahora en los rankings. En oGE, en approvals, puedes ver que UNAM todavía está top 1, Mérida top 2, pero no, ahora puedes ver que Monterrey está aquí en 5. Entonces, súper felicidades a Monterrey porque ha subido. Y también en oGE puedes ver que SEM todavía está en primer lugar con 14, Puebla con 11 después. León ha subido un poquito y también a USA. Entonces, súper felicidades a ustedes. Y también puedes ver que Guanajuato y Guadalajara están aquí en el top 10 en el país. Entonces, súper felicidades a ustedes. Y puedes ver en total de los approvals que ahora Puebla está top 1. Entonces, felicidades a Puebla porque you're continuing with all your super hard, amazing teamwork. And it's, paying off because you've gotten to the first place, right? Together as a team can really pay off. Tenemos Sam y UNAM con un tie en second place, que wow, qué increíble, qué emoción. Y también tenemos ITAM, León, Mérida, IPN, Veracruz, USA aquí y Cuernavaca. So super, super, super congrats a ustedes porque eso es super cool. And if you would have asked me a year ago if I could see some of these LCs in the top 10, I would have been like, I don't know if they can do that. And you guys are doing it and you're proving me wrong. So super, 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 super good job at these LCs. ¿Sí? Pero todavía, amigos, solo es como algunos LCs y también como challenge era para 10 en un mes y nadie yet. Right? También quiero hacer un yay time a esos LCs that had the most como applicants, right? So remember that, you have realizations, you have approvals, and before approvals, you have applicants, yeah? And before applicants, opens. But applicants is a key part of doing attraction to make sure that you're getting the kind of people you need. So, felicidades a Guadalajara, León, Puebla, USA, Guanajuato, UNAM para oGE. Y también pueden ver que ahora están como aquí in the top, because if they have applicants, they've been able to convert them into approvals. So, it makes sense. oGE is in Monterrey con 30. Wow, and you guys can see they had a lot of approvals this month. UNAM con 26, virtual expansions, IPN, Querétaro y Puebla. New LCs on here como Querétaro, que está super chido. And that, yeah, if you have good applicants, if you have a lot of applicants, it's a good, suggestion that you have a better chance of getting your approval goal. Okay, también vamos a ver, porque antes que applicants tenemos opens, ¿sí? So, puedes como ver que tengo the rankings in terms of who's contacted their leads and who hasn't en este LC, en cada LC. So, again, this is going to be that, but como separado un poquito. Como totalmente, 23% of the leads we have are not contacted. Non-negotiable that this has to be como 0% at this point, right? Like, no entiendo, es como después de 4 meses que tenemos como todavía ese problema de not contacting leads. Sí, es como la cosa más importante. You have to talk to your leads, ¿sí? So, primero quiero decir un yay time a Chihuahua y Laguna porque por como no solo esa semana, porque por como muchas semanas como before this, they've been contacted their leads pretty consistently every single week. So super good job to you guys for keeping yourselves in settle and keeping yourselves green. También tenemos como esos LCs que casi están, ¿sí? Hay como todavía un poquito de LCs que tienen que contactar, pero como usualmente están como bien con eso, right? They still have, you guys are contacting the majority of them, and so it's just maybe working a little bit faster, que está bien. Entonces, así Juárez, Guanajuato, Hermosillo, Irapuato, y súper bien, una expansión están haciendo eso. Están en Santa Fe, León, Puebla, Querétaro, UDEM, UP y Veracruz. So almost there, guys. Keep up the good work, and you guys can get to green. Tenemos ITS en Toluca, Sinaloa y UNAM, que como es como más o menos, tienes como más gente, pero siempre tienes más gente, sí, entonces hay como más que tienes que hacer para speed up to getting to 0%. But you can see that como casi estás aquí, como Toluca y Sinaloa, casi estás, y UNAM un poquito más, pero puedes verlo porque no es como tanto, ¿sí? Y también tenemos Celaya, Ciudad Victoria, Guadalajara, IPN, Tampico, IMEX y Zacatecas, que amigos, hay como muchos que tienes que hacer todavía, ¿sí? Eso es como, son todos los leads en podio y como todavía como tienes como más que 20% que no están conectados, que es como unacceptable at this point, ¿ya? Y no mames, amigos, esos son los LCs que, no sé, amigos, tienen que contactar, tienen que como traquear que han contactado, ¿sí? Como Aguascalientes, Cuernavaca, Itá, San Monterrey, Mérida, Oaxaca, Tabasco, USA y Virtual Expansion. No mames, amigos, ¿qué está pasando? Tienes que contactar esos leads. Y puedes ver que como hay muchos LCs aquí, que faltan muchos approvals todavía, tus leads no estás convirtiendo a aplicantes, no van a llegar a approvals. Es como súper simple, es el customer flow. Tienes que empezar con paso 1 y si no tienes paso 1, no vas a tener paso 2, paso 3, paso 4. No es como mágica como llegamos a approvals. Entonces, amigos, sí, eso es como súper importante. Y ya. Bueno, y también vamos a ver como un poquito como LC por LC, ¿sí? Porque es importante para ver cómo, sí, qué pedo con Isaac en México, pero también es importante para ver qué pedo con como cada LC, ¿sí? Entonces, puedes ver aquí en este bit.ly results, vas a llegar aquí a este GSS, ¿sí? Y puedes ver aquí como qué pedo en mayo. Y puedes ver overall que last year in May, we had 49 approvals, we had 20 OGT and 29 OGE. And this May, we had 16 OGT, which is less than last year, 38 OGT, which is un poquito más que this year, and overall we had 54. So it's more than last year, which is good. We grew by 5 approvals and 10%. Pero recuerdas que in February and April, we grew by 53 approvals and we grew 87%. Wow, qué chido. And that what we needed to do to continue to be relevant is about being consistent. And this doesn't show consistency in terms of our action. So this is what makes me very disappointed and a little bit sad, porque no tenemos eso todavía. ¿Sí? Entonces puedes como tomar un segundo para ver dónde está tu LC, entonces como cuánto crecimiento tienes. Si no tienes un número aquí es porque como la fórmula para tener relative growth no funciona porque no tenía approvals el año pasado. Entonces puedes ver como Mérida y USA porque ellos han crecido un chingo, so felicidades a ustedes, pero no vas a tener relative growth porque era cero en 2016. ¿Sí? So, ver, tú así, check como un momento, voy a como hacer un pause. Entonces, super felicidades a Celaya, a Cuernavaca, Guadalajara, Guanajuato, IPN, ITSMSEM, Mérida, Puebla, Querétaro, USA, UP, y Zacatecas para crecer, because you guys were ones that increased this year. So super, super, super felicidades a ustedes because you did more in May. Maybe you didn't arrive at your goal yet, but you're still doing good work because you are doing more in May than you also did last year. Puedes ver aquí que están creciendo otro. Y también otra cosa es, you can go to the sheet that is Mayo Goal Achievement, ¿sí? Y puedes ver como how you did in terms of not just if you're growing or not, but whether or not you achieved your goal. Sí, porque eso es como en serio la cosa súper, súper más importante, right? Because for me, it's like, yes, we have our goal, but I know that if you guys are achieving your goals cada mes, then we're for sure going to achieve the MC's goal and you're for sure going to grow. So eso es como la cosa más, más, más importante que tienes que ver. ¿Sí? So you can see that in terms of the MC goal, we only achieved 64%, como saben, and then GE only 38%. So it's como super, super bajito en comparación de como meses pasados. Entonces aquí puedes poner como your approval goal en este mes into LC and you can see exactly what your achievement was. So you can literally go and put in the number of that what your goal was. So you can evaluate yourself and see where you were. So voy a poner como 2 minutos para como ver eso y hacer eso. Y puedes escuchar la gente del MC, el ruido y también los aviones porque estamos cerca al aeropuerto aquí en Ciudad de México. Sí, más. And thank you, Mayra, for your comment. She texted me and she said she's from Tabasco, she's a team member, and that she thinks that they can be the best, and we are working very hard to manage our goals. And I want to say, yeah, thank you for saying that. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you believe so much in it, and I can't wait to see, you know, how you guys can improve yourselves in the next month. So, gracias por comentarme. Bueno, ok. No sé si alguien ha como llenado el GSS, pero está bien. I mean, just you can, this is for you guys, right? Not for me to see, but this is for you guys to see if you achieved your goal or not. So just make sure you go and put your approval goal there for GG and for GE to see whether or not you achieved it or not, okay? Entonces, vamos a como go back to here. And the last thing we'll do before we move on to como el mes de junio is I have a few questions for you guys just to reflect, okay? So voy a poner como 5 minutos para ustedes para como, en serio, como reflect con, if you're with a team member or a team leader or whatever, to think about these questions, right? So primero, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed were you to actually achieving your team's goal this month? Dos, were you the best pirate you could have been in May in terms of being an entrepreneur, disruptive, determined, seeking solutions? Were you the best Mexican you could be? Were you the best example and leader for your country? Did you give more excuses this month for why things are happening, why things happened or didn't happen, or more solutions? Did you look for answers yourself, or did you wait for someone, como me or your VP or your TL or someone else, to give them to you? And did you follow the pirate principles that we have? Como always ask for forgiveness, not for permission, be questioning, be learning, esas cosas. So voy a poner 5 minutos para ustedes. Entonces empezamos ahora. Ok, amigos, como 2 minutos más. Instead of music, we have people talking in the background for you to pensar que está bien. Puedes escribir, puedes pensar, puedes hablar con alguien, cualquier como manera para contestar a esas preguntas para ti. ¿Sí? 30 segundos. Okay, amigos. If you need more time, you can always pause the video y como continuar a contestar las preguntas y puedes como seguir en como looking and watching the video, or si quieres como seguir conmigo, todavía está bien, okay? But yes, so it's always important to reflect not only on what Mexico has done, but what your LC has done and what you have done this month and how you can start achieving. Because en serio, como ya, la cosa es Fruit Peak ha llegado. Es como nuestra, la parte que sigue de nuestro, Fruit Peak está. Yeah, it's como, it doesn't matter if you don't want it to happen or you're like, it's happening. So there's things that we have to like always do. And this number, I don't know if anyone thinks they know what this number is, but because we did 54 approvals in May, this is how many approvals we have left to do between June and July. Chingo, like wow, como en serio amigos, no sé exactamente cómo vamos a llegar aquí, right? We did not at all the amount of approvals that we were supposed to in May. And to be honest, como en this point, to me, it's not about the number. Really, it's not about, again, the number that we arrive at anymore. At the end of the day, it's about this. It's about how you're developing yourselves as people, the choices that you're making every day, the behaviors that you're seeing. Because if you're doing this and you're following the strategies and you're working as hard as you can as a team to make things happen, the number will come. But if you could focus on the number and you don't focus on behaving like this, then, but to me, this is the cosa más importante ahora. Because if you focus on your behavior, that's where you're going to see the actual results happen, both in yourself, in your life, and of course in Isaac, right? So then again, for Junio, it's como cosas super simple. Hay tres cosas, right? You need to figure out again, what is the gap in your goal achievement for Fruit Peak? So how many more approvals and realizations do you need to get between now and July 31st? So of course, yes, you have to have the plan and the measures and whatever, like esas cosas. But more about it, I want you to think about the behaviors that you and your team need to have in order to actually close that gap. Because, and if you don't want to change your behavior, then amigos, no sigue con oGE or GT. Because if you don't change, then for sure you're not going to arrive at the goal, and you're not developing leadership in yourself or in anybody else. So maybe it's better if you focus on something then that you want to do. Y para como ver como, okay, estrategias, maneras para hacerlo, puedes ver como the last monthly chat. Y también puedes buscar como otros resources, because in this moment no hay nada más recursos que puedo como dar a ustedes para como cómo puedes hacerlo, ¿sí? Siempre si tienes cosas, dudas, cosas, ideas, or whatever, I'm always here to help you better understand and talk about it, for sure. Pero, I mean, there's not a whole brand, if you're looking for a whole brand new strategy on what to do, or me to tell you exactly what you need to do, that is not the kind of leadership that I can give you, because I've given you everything that we possibly can. So now, really, it's up to you guys. You and your team want to have to close that gap. And to clarify one thing, having these kind of behaviors does not mean that every single person on your team needs to commit 24 hours every single day to Isaac and making this happen. No, it means that you look at, are you committed to Isaac? If you're committed, how many hours a week are you committed? And during those hours that you're committed, you have to focus on being the best pirate that you can possibly be. Yeah? So don't, even if it's an hour a day, that's totally okay. If you're committed and you believe in this, yes, we want you here. We want to work with you. But that means that during that hour, every single day, you have to give it your all. You have to be the best pirate that you can possibly be. And through that, through achieving the plan that you have, by being that best pirate, then you're going to be able to really make a difference in your LC. Yeah? And so, again, exactly how can you do this? There's, again, because Fruit Peaks come, amigos, right? So approvals, it's not just about approvals anymore, because we have people on their experiences. We have customers to take care of, right? So to explain maybe a little bit better how we can classify our workload for the month of Junio, I want to explain to you this yin and yang concept that we see a lot in Isaac about in terms of competence versus relevance. Yeah. So yin and yang, of course, it's all about like the pull and the push and the pull, how opposites, you need the opposite of things for things to go around and move around in the world. Yeah. And so in Isaac, we have this kind of yin and yang between essence and progress, right? So we have the Isaac way, the essence of the organization, who we are, what we do, our products, our people, all these kind of things, right? The values that we have. And then we also have our progress, right? Which is like Isaac 2020. It's where we're trying to go. It's our direction, right? And they're different technically, but they relate to each other and they can't exist without each other. We can't have Isaac and just the Isaac way. We have to have some sort of progress to work towards, and we can't have progress without having a clear purpose and rooted and grounded in why we're here. Does that make sense? So this kind of yin and yang concept is really, really, really important to understand during this fruit peak, right? Because we have this thing, again, when it comes to, because the excuse I always hear when it comes to fruit peak is, okay, value delivery. We can't focus on doing any more attraction or anything because it's all about value delivery. We have to make sure that we have the best and we give the best quality experiences we can. This whole thing about quality versus quantity. And la cosa es, amigos, que no es así. It's not quality versus quantity. It's more of this idea of competence versus relevance. The way is more the quality, right? It's about being customer centric, making sure we're giving our customers the attention we're supposed to, delivering all the standards, making sure they give us a good NPS score, making sure value delivery is at its best and that brand advocacy is at its best, right? This is competence. You cannot have ISEC as an organization. You cannot give someone an ISEC experience without these things. It's como non-negotiable que esas cosas pasan. Tenemos esa otra cosa de relevance, que es más como el progreso, right? And this is about, again, how, the numbers that we're doing, the goals we have, the growth, the ambition that we have, right? And to really make the impact we're trying to make in oGE, oGT this year, you have to have competence and relevance, right? It's not, you can just have competence or relevance. It doesn't work. You have to have, it's yin and yang, right? It's the idea that both of these things play off of each other. So when you're thinking about fruit peak, you have to think about it in these two ways. Okay, and so I'm going to give you a few tips on how to do this, right? But it's something that, something to really make sure about. So when it comes to competence, this is really, really just about value delivery at the end of the day. Are you doing everything that you're supposed to do to make sure value delivery will happen? Are you delivering all the standards, personal goal setting, OPS, making sure they have insurance, giving them a RIS when they come back? Are you tracking all the standards? You can track all the standards on Expo now. Are you making sure that all your EPs are getting the standards delivered? Are you caring about NPS? Are you caring about, what the EPs are thinking of ISEC, how to make their experience better, how to ensure that, this is the best possible thing for them? Do you have enough members, really, to make sure that this value delivery happens, are you, it's not just you as one person doing all of it. Do you have enough people to really get the job done? Because all about this is really about starting the movement to complete, right? Because starting in a few months, you guys are going to be measured on complete, not just on approvals or realizations, which is the cosa más importante, because that's when someone develops their leadership. So if you're not doing this, again, it's non-negotiable. It's the essence of ISEC. It's our ISEC way. You have to be doing these things non-negotiable. And then again, you still have doubts about how to do this, puedes ver in the education and the resource hub in oGE, oGT under value delivery, resources, cosas, explanations. You can look at the Atlantis output. You can look at anything you need. And if you still have doubts, you can look there, right? But this is something that's como non-negotiable. But también, of course, there's this cosas of relevance, which is still you need more approvals. You're not at your meta yet. You're not at the impact. You're not relevant as you need to be yet in your city, which is okay. I want you to focus on for this. One, do you still have a market for GE? Do you still have universities? Do you still have students? Do you still have people that are available to go abroad this summer on a GE? Or are you focusing on GT? Are you not really focusing on GE or focusing on GT? And three, do you have enough members to make it happen? Let's say you have to do both of these. You have approvals and you have value delivery to do, but you need more. You need to have members that are focusing on approvals, and you need to have members that are focusing on value delivery. It's simple, right? Doesn't mean everyone needs to do everything, because that's not focus, but you need to have certain groups of people focusing on certain things that need to happen, right? And of course, como siempre, puedes ver in the education and resource hub, como strategies, all the things that you need to make this happen. But the thing about, again, more approvals is that for GE and GT, this differs a little bit depending on what you can still do. So for GE, remember that there are still opportunities available. If you have markets that are still available, you can focus on that, right? Do you have old leads from last year that still haven't been contacted, or maybe were interested, but they were never followed up on? Do you have leads that, from the last few months that never answered? Can you try calling them again? Do you have other friends or family that could be interested in going? What about people that went on a GB last year or the year before, that, had a good experience? Maybe they want to take another different experience through ISEC. Do you have universities who still have classes that haven't started vacations yet that you can focus on doing lots of attraction with? Do you have professors, directores de carrera, that you can contact with to get, more leads, more approvals, whatever it is, right? Think about what other markets you still have that are open for the opportunities we have available. And once you define that, the kind of market you're going to focus on, there's only a few things you need to do. Again, get your cooperations aligned, like we talked about in the last webinar. Plan the target market to get all the applicants you need in order to get those approvals. Get the members you need to make it happen, whether it's in your oGE, oGT team, you need to activate more of your LC, whatever it is. Make the process happen fast. And if you go look at what we talked about back in April, you can see exactly this, like paso por paso, to make the process happen fast. And go make it happen. It's super simple. No hay como estrategias nuevas que puedes hacer. Es como, yeah, it's again, what new market you want to work on and making this like, you know, quick 2-3 week plan to get the approvals that you need to make things happen, okay? And if you still have doubts about this, you can again go to the Resource Hub, the Education Hub, watch the last 2 monthly chats because they have a lot of information about how to do this. And of course, if you still have doubts, you can always reach out to me, anybody on the national team. We have the top oGE LCs in Mexico, como Sammy Puebla, that, you know, for sure would be willing to help you and answer questions. And of course, even if you are, or, you know, an LC that, you know, wants to talk to somebody else, go to the top oGE LCs in the world. If you look on Expo, you can see how many they're all doing in Brazil, Colombia, in India, in China, and Tunisia. Tunisia is passing us. Like, what are they doing? You know, go ask, go find their contacts in Expo, go contact them, figure out what they're doing, and see what you can implement in your LC, right? It's super simple. How can you always be learning? Always, always, always be learning about this, right? So this, again, this is for GE. There's no como cosa, wow, super tan importante o grande. It's all about if you have a market left and then making this quick plan of action to make the approvals happen. Yeah? And of course, all through every day making the choices of being a pirate, right? Be questioning, be learning, see it as your first day and your last day, ask for forgiveness, not for permission, and welcome failure, right? Making these choices as a member and as a team during the hours that you want to commit to ISAC is super important. And when you're making a plan, making sure that you commit, you know, you build your plan around the hours that you have actually to give to ISAC. That's also super important, right? So that you can really give the best version of yourself to be the best pirate you can be for those hours that you're willing. Make sense? Now, for GT, this is the como sorpresa que tenemos, amigos, right? So for GT, we all know that right now GT is kind of like, it's decreasing, right? We're not doing as good in Mexico as we need to. We have some problems with conversion rate. We have problems with opportunity with people for answering. We've had some cool things happen this year in terms of auto GT. We've had some, you know, like, you know, new updates and things that have helped make it a little bit better, but still this is a product that we're decreasing in and that it's a really hard thing for a lot of LCs. And it's not just Mexico, amigos. If you look at, this is all oGE in the whole world. This is ISAC International, right? The amount of realizations between, you know, in January, February, March, and April from 2010 all the way until 2017. So this happened 2010, 2011. You can see we were growing a lot 2010 to 2011, a lot 2011, 2012. And then we didn't really grow much. We grew a little bit more in 2015. We grew a lot in not a lot, but like more than usual in 2016. And look where we are in 2017. We are doing like the same amount of exchanges that we did in 2012, which is like, que pedo, no mames, amigos. We just went backwards, like. So this is something that's really concerning. And so what ISAC International is doing about this is they're putting together a GT coalition, right? So this is something that it's all the top suppliers in the world of GT, both oGT and IGT, putting them together, looking at some data, doing some research, figuring out, you know, how we can better align supply and demand and change and fix some things so that we can work together as the world to improve this product and to save this product from going away and from decreasing as much as it can be. Right. So, you know, I was talking today with Brenda and we had this idea that we really want to work with you guys because yes, we're doing this thing and we're participating with AI to kind of figure out new branding strategies, how to, you know, bring back this area, but we can't do it just the two of us, right? And we can't wait until Brenda's term starts. We can't wait till the next conference. We want things to change and to happen now because this is something that's super important for the world and for Mexico because we know how important this product is. So we're going to put together our own GT coalition in Mexico, right? So this is going to be something that, you know, it's going to be a group of LCs. You're going to have to apply for it and we'll accept you. You'll have to prove to us, you know, why you think you should be part of this coalition. But if you want to be an LC, if you want to be, you know, LC that, you know, it doesn't matter how well or good or bad you've done at GT this year in the past. If you, you know, don't have any more markets, if you don't have any more markets for GE left this summer peak, you are still willing to make approvals. You have at least 3 members and a VP that's willing to dedicate 5 hours a week to this to make it happen. You have a heart, a passion for GT. You want to contribute not just to Mexico, but to your city and to the world to help save this product. we want to work with you specifically. We want to give you specialized support. We want to work with you to develop and create the new strategies and projects that can really help boost this area this summer and in the next whole year. Okay, so super cool, right? Super exciting, a really, really cool thing, right? You can get, you're going to be able to be working not just with us at the MC, but also internationally to help implement AI's ideas, strategies, work with other LCs around the world, not just in the Americas. Position yourself as an LC that's committed and willing and trying to change the game for GT. Opportunity, and we want you to work with us, okay? Not everyone can work with us because it's got to be a specialized group of people. So tomorrow we're going to release applications, right? At 6 p.m. you'll have an inbox. There'll be a Facebook post, there'll be an email, WhatsApp, whatever it is, with all the link and the information about the application, okay? As an LC, you'll have until tomorrow at 6 p.m. until Sunday, June 11th, in order to and apply for this, right? So I hope to see a lot of applications. I wish we could work with everybody. It's going to be a focus group of LCs. So look out for that. And if you have any doubts along the way, you can let us know, because this is, we want to work with you to make, GE boost again in Mexico, and really change the game in the world for this product. Okay. So that is it for in terms of que pedo con Junio. Remember, it's super simple, amigos. It's these 3 steps, right? Remember the gap, what the behaviors you need to close the gap. Make sure you rewatch the last month's chat to see the strategies and the behaviors and everything. Difference between competence and relevance, and how both are important and how you're going to do both. And pues bueno, hacer como un pause ahora para como 5 minutos si ustedes tienen más dudas o preguntas o algo. Okay, veo ahora que Marcela de Chihuahua, I can't edit the my goal sheet, it's on view mode only. Lo siento, amigos, siempre tengo como pedos con eso, entonces voy a cambiarlo ahora. I'm so sorry, that makes sense why people were not doing that. Está bien, you guys can go through it later. Cool, okay, aquí tienen. Fixed. Just refresh your sheet and it should be fine. Sorry about that, amigos. So, algunas dudas más. Algún VP, TL, miembro, cualquier persona. With us, don't worry. También I want to reiterate Daniela's comment from earlier, because it was a super good comment about doing a challenge, a possibility. If you're looking to work with a challenge with GT, you can totally apply for the GT Coalition from Mexico, because there'll be internal challenges, nothing with money, but internal rewards and recognitions and things. Pero también es como puedes ver in your LC how you can motivate your members and your whole team in your LC to do more and to work for more. Really, really good input. ¿Alguna persona más? You guys can see aquí. I'm getting other comments that are not from the Facebook group, but that's fine también. ¿Alguien está typing? ¡Qué emoción! También si que prefieres como preguntar en WhatsApp, eso está bien también. Puedes preguntar en español o en inglés, cual quieres. Marcela está on it with her with her goal. So good job, Marcela. Ok, voy a esperar por como un minuto más. Pero también, como siempre, si ustedes tienen más dudas o preguntas, ok, tenemos un otro. Thank you so much, Elena. Oh, Marcelo, no te preocupes, amigo. Don't worry. Don't be stressed. Just let it go. Remember, this is ISEC. This is not, the world ending, or politics or anything. This is supposed to be fun and learning. So, si quieres, podemos tener un one-to-one esta semana para hablar como un poquito más sobre como your stress and your team, si quieres, como solo avísame. Y I'm so glad you're interested in the GT Coalition. I hope to see you guys apply. But thank you for the comment. ¿Alguien más? Otra persona está typing. Mariana from Guadalajara says she didn't understand the GT Coalition. So básicamente, Mariana, para como clarificar un poquito más, this basically is kind of like a task force of LCs. We want to have a few, like 4 or 5, a kind of a diversity of from different regions and things, to try out and figure out new strategies and new different ways maybe to run GT as the entity, right? Because right now we're decreasing a lot and the whole world is decreasing a lot. So ISEC International has this kind of task force of different entities that's working together to do more data analysis, research, surveys, and things, and working to align better supply and demand and recruitment to help boost the products. And we want to do the same kind of thing in Mexico, right? Have a group of LCs to, do more research, understand better the product, how we can do things to grow this in Mexico and to kind of be pilots for things that we can do all of next year, not just for Mexico, but for the whole world. So it's kind of like a task force for, saving GT. Pero si no, como tiene sentido todavía, puedes como escribirme como en privado y podemos hablar un poquito más, ¿ok? Pero vas a tener un email mañana con un booklet y como application y todo, porque applications como abra mañana. Ok. No hay nadie más que está escribiendo, entonces, una persona más, entonces vamos a esperar un poquito. Como que siempre Facebook dice, a friend is typing a comment. Es como, oh, that's so nice. Bueno, Marina, ok. Sí, como siempre, si tienes dudas más, como avísame, ok. ¿Alguna persona más? No. Someone is typing in comments, okay. ¿Quién es someone? Dun, dun, dun. Ok. No more typing. Entonces, ¿está bien, amigos? Again, more doubts, just let me know. Entonces, para terminar el webinar, again, remember that, okay, yes, it's all about behaviors, pero también vamos a tener una meta del mes porque siempre tenemos que tener una meta para como measure ourselves for. And again, if you guys achieve your goals, then this meta will happen. So don't worry. So you can see here that the goal is pretty simple. For approvals, it is 50 for OGT and 50 for OGE. So como CN. I still think we can break the CN approvals. Last year, they did like almost 70 approvals in June. So I think we can really, really, really break it. We have the pipeline, we have the people, we have, you know, we have the strategies, everything is there. But if you guys are, you know, committing into being the best pirate you can be during the time you commit to ISIC, this can for sure happen. So that's for approvals. And of course, because it is Fruit Peak, amigos, again, we need to be looking out for all the standards and all the delivery for at least 35 realizations for GT and 100 realizations for GE. It's something that's never been done before, but I think we can really, really do it because of all the hard work we've put in the last few months. So 50-50, 35-100. Como las metas. But again, if you focus on your behaviors and achieving your LC goals, then you're going to get your C or C, right? Muchas gracias, amigos. Si tienen como dudas más, let me know. I hope you guys have a great night. Get some sleep. Get some sleep, por favor. Remember, I will turn my camera on to say adios. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I hope to see you soon. Adios.